what we did before retirement village life, well, I was an RN, so I was in a nursing background. We weren't sure whether we wanted to build or to buy somebody's used home or look at other options. And we chose the other option, which was looking at retirement or lifestyle villages. So we went in, and probably for the first 3 or 4 months, it was absolutely wonderful. Couldn't speak highly enough about the operator/manager. But after that period of time, that initial 3 or 4 months, the village operator/manager found out that I was a member of the Retirement Village Residents Association and actively involved. And she has an absolute abhorrence for this organisation. Consequently, she took it out on me personally, didn't involve my husband, but was very vindictive. There were also 2 breaches of privacy that I had to take against this person because she spoke about me in a derogatory way and about the RVRA. And over several months, there was no option left, but my husband and I had to make the decision to move from the village. We didn't want to because we were financially disadvantaged. But we had to get out for our own health and our own sanity. It was just unbelievable. And even after we left the village, there was still nasty comments said by the operator about me to village residents. I feel heartfully sorry for all the residents that are still in that village because they just literally have to suck it up every day and go with the flow because they are too scared to approach the manager with any concerns they have for the fear of being challenged, or even being under the impression that if they challenged her, that they would have to leave the village, and they aren't aware of their rights as residents. And this is going on a daily basis, not just in the village that I was in, but in many villages throughout New Zealand, and residents are suffering. If I hadn't been involved with the RVR and had an insight into what they were promoting and supporting the residents and the way they were moving along, I would have been none the wiser, and I'd have been just another number with my husband sitting in the village and thinking, well, this is how we've got to spend the next 20 years of our life. Personally, with all the stress when it started, I ended up going on medication for stress, for high blood pressure. Our relationship, my husband and I, constantly fighting. It became a topic of conversation, day, night, over the meals, wherever we were, all we talked about. And it shouldn't have been like that, but it just consumed us, and it brought us down, that constantly in tears, upset, angry, frustrated, not knowing what to do. It was just not a nice feeling. It was horrible. And I mean, at the end, I didn't go to functions. I just kept myself away from mixing with other people because the manager had done such a nasty job against literally dissing me to all the other residents and saying nasty things that, were fabrications. They weren't true at all, but I had no right at all to say anything, to put my case forward. I just had to accept what she was saying. The legislation needs to be looked at to change everything. It needs to be totally investigated to see where there are flaws and loopholes in the system that are working towards the operator and not giving fair practice towards the residents. We need to have a fair opportunity. It's not fair, it's one-sided at the moment, and residents are the ones that are suffering for it. So the legislation seriously needs to be looked at.